support.
Thanks, guys. Great cast on the day. I'm here with Afromoo. A lot of fan support here for you guys today. You know, you got the job done 2-0, looking a lot cleaner than you have in some of your other games. How does it feel to get the win under your belt and kind of get some momentum back?
It's cool. We're 2-4, so I'm not that happy. But I'm really proud of how we played today, and the boys did really well. The boys is what we call ourselves, but we had a lot of trouble, figuring out roles and stuff like that. No longer my, playmaking initiator, and it moves off to other people. And we definitely have been working really hard, so I'm proud of my guys.
So moving out of that role, how does that feel for you? How is that as a shift as a player? Because you've been known for so long as the guy to kind of make the plays for the team, to start those fights, and moving back and kind of playing a more supportive role or a different role. How's that feeling for you?
It's hard at times, but I just have full trust in my teammates. Definitely Darshan's been stepping up a lot, doing main engaging opportunities, as well as Trevor, Jay, and Jake also being more of the super carry roles, having jungler being in the carry position, and they're doing really well. So I'm really happy.
It's good to hear. So you guys had a couple close series against some of the high teams, obviously C9, TSM, playing them very close. You know, you weren't able to get those wins, and that has hurt you in the standings. But does it give you some confidence that you can, take down these teams later in the season and improve and kind of climb your way back up?
I am confident that we can beat them. The teams that we did lose to, it was very close, and we know we can beat them as well. We just got to sharpen up our play.
All right, well, I'm sure you can do it. Thanks a lot, Afromoo. Congrats again on the win, and we're going to send it back to the guys at the desk.
Thank you very much, Azael. CLG happy with their 2-0 victory here over Dignitas. And this second game looking much better than the first. Let's start off with player of the game, going to Huhi, because we're going to frame a lot of this discussion around him and the difference between a CLG with an underperforming Huhi and a solidly performing Huhi.
Right, I think we saw game one. He didn't play team fights great on the Orianna. He whiffed a number of ultimates, burned his flash ones when he basically sombreroed on himself.
Right.
But in this game, he actually plays really, really well. And most of the plays in the early mid game that really built CLG their lead were centered around him and Smithy kind of working together. And it's no surprise that these are two of the most consistent members we have seen on CLG this season.
Right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the first replay. 25 minutes in, 3 for 1 here for CLG, kind of up in the top lane. Bit of a mess of a fight, but it worked out in their favor.
Right, I mean, the way Huhi plays this is definitely not like, oh yes, this is great
Flanking
standard
Syndra.
play. Flanking Syndra, tries to get the pick and then flashes into Someday, realizes the threat's off him now, he's fine, goes back into the fight off the blast cone to go get another 3-man stun basically here. And it's just the kind of thing where it's not typical Syndra play.
Right.
But it's effective. He's getting stuff done. He's setting up picks and helping his team ultimately pick up a 3 for 1 here. And I think it's a little unfair that Huhi always has this stigma of being like a role player who's on CLG trying to help them get stuff done.
Yeah.
He's much more of just a playmaker. When he's on Aurelion Sol, that's when he's on his best, because Aurelion Sol is just a playmaking champion generally. And we've seen him have good games on Katarina this season. He's had a bunch of Orianna games, minus that last one that have been pretty good.
Well, but even in that last one, we talk about those missed shockwaves and stuff, that's him attempting to make a play. So
Right.
that falls in line with what you're talking about in terms of him being a playmaker. When you're a playmaker, your blunders are going to be noticed. If you're just a role player who's kind of sitting back, then you're probably not going to have as many of those like, oh, what was he thinking moments where
Right.
people are going to criticize you. He's attempting to win games for his team. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it does not.
Right, and I think it's fair to say that in this season at least, he's actually been very impressive. His team hasn't quite been following up with him. And it's unfortunate that CLG is sitting at 2-4 right now, but a number of their losses they've looked decent in. They've played a number of hard opponents already, and I think they're a team that coming in, we expected them to beat Dignitas, and they did it. Not the most convincing game one, but game two was pretty nice.
Right, they've got Fox and P1 next week, so those are going to be two formidable opponents for this CLG roster that's looking to kind of start their climb. We've talked about how, as a veteran roster, this is a team that probably isn't too shaken up by their poor start. They know that they can turn it on and are all pretty confident moving into the latter half of the season that they can start to pick up wins, but it does need to start now, and they got it today against P1 and Echo Fox next week. We'll see if they can even up their record.
And even the way they did it in game one, I actually really liked. It's like the CLG of old, where they're moving around the map, they're getting these tower trades when they find the laning phase not working great for them, and they were able to control the bot side jungle. They did a lot of things really nice. They just had, they were against a Someday Fiora that started getting out of control.
Right, and now we have to talk about the declining Dignitas here, because 1-5 record here off of the hot the hot start, the one victory that they had in week 1 that everybody is looking at saying, holy crap, this could be a top 2 team right here off the back of Someday and the carry champions. Well, it's not coming together anymore. Here they try something different, handing him the Swain in the top lane. Doesn't work out, even though he had a CS lead.
Right, and I think you can't quite criticize the idea because CLG obviously target bans the traditional AD focus carries. He tries the Swain. We've seen Looper find success on that, and it's an okay idea. The thing you have to look at is like why the Lee when Kha'Zix is up, and you know that CLG is probably going to play the other side of that matchup. And then it feels like Dig gets really controlled around the bot in mid lane, and Chaser gets stuck having to kind of babysit those lanes and help them versus going up to snowball Someday. It felt like Chaser just couldn't get where he wanted to be on the map and had to keep reacting, and didn't quite have a great game either.
Yep, so still struggling Dignitas. We'll see if they can find more ways to win other than Someday in the top lane. CLG, though, happy with the 2-0 victory here to close out their week. We've got more league action coming your way. Cloud9 hit the Rift next as they go up against Echo Fox.
All the way there.
Oh, here we go.
Flash ult. Play ult's going to be used. Afromoo taken low. Piercing arrow coming out. Chains of Corruption to follow it up. Afromoo going to be taken down first. Stixay looking to get away. Lod has got the pick up there, but it's a double kill for Xmithie as well. 2 for 2 so far, and Someday is not looking to stop anytime soon. Chaser jumps over, but it's Afromoo who now might be in some trouble as Keen's going to be locked up. Deadly Flourish finds, but not even a chrono break. Who he getting hit by the Never Move, trying to escape, but the bird DOT has got him. Lod trying to run for the Xmithie, but this is an Apex Predator double kill. Someday so low, he Zonia's the ult from Huhi, as now Lod's going to be cut out. The burst is there, Keen in the middle. Chrono break right back into the fight, but he's not able to do any meaningful damage. Special's going to be gone, so is Chaser. GAO's going to bring him back, but what for, man? He's in the middle of 4 guys.